I remember back in the day when I said Pokemon Legends Arceus had terrible graphics and compared to a bunch of PS2 games, a bunch of, GameCube games, and I said it looks like a PS2 slash GameCube game. Well, it seems that, the developer of the game, that Doki Doki Literature Club, said that Pokemon franchises gross more than the MCU and Mario and Harry Potter combined. Why do these graphics look like a GameCube game? And of course, all of the Poketods, all of the people who will defend these games day and day and night will go on and attack people if you do not accept garbage games like Pokemon. Pokemon has been the same game since X and Y. There was literally no reason to buy Pokemon games unless you want a watered down experience that is worse than most of the other AAA games from Nintendo. People say you have the graphics don't matter crowd. Like people saying, oh, but graphics don't matter. Even though they criticize Halo's graphics, they criticize PS5 games, for looking like PS4 games, they criticize Halo's graphics for looking too much like an Xbox One game, not a true next-gen game. But then when it comes to Pokemon, it just seems this strange oddity that to go around and defend Pokemon like it's this standout among games, okay? There is this standout among games, okay? This is so sad that Pokemon fans will defend Pokemon, okay? All of Nintendo series has evolved over time, has gotten better over time. Mario, Zelda, Kirby, Fire Emblem, all of Nintendo series has evolved graphically over time, okay? Pokemon is still stuck in like because we had basically the same graphics as the GameCube, GameCube, PS2, Xbox, original Xbox style graphics. Okay? Let's compare it to several Xbox games, several PS2 games. Halo 1 for the Xbox. I know people are like, but Halo 1 is not a cartoony game. Okay? This is Halo 1 for the Xbox, the original Halo. Okay? For the Xbox. Okay? We can just look at the trees and grass and stuff. It actually looks better than Legends Arceus. And this is a game that released in 2001. Okay, 20 years before Legends almost 21 years before Legends Arceus is supposed to release, and this game looks better than probably a game that will probably sell 10 million copies because it's a Pokemon game. Because Poketods will still buy these games, okay? Will still buy these, games that are basically complete garbage and complete slash, okay? And we can even compare it to Pokemon Colosseum, okay? This is the game that is basically the point of contention. This is Pokemon Colosseum's graphical area, and Pokemon XD use the same art style, but this is Pokemon XD. And Pokemon XD and Pokemon Colosseum actually have very well animated Pokemon models for the time. Okay, because of course the game released for the GameCube, of course. Okay, this is the GameCube game. This is an actual GameCube Pokemon game that they released, Pokemon Colosseum, and the models, yeah, they look like a GameCube models. They look. But they're highly good to be animated. Same thing with the game afterwards called Pokemon Battle Colosseum or Battle Revolution. They spent a lot of times giving the Pokemon personality, which do not really show in Legends Arceus, which really do not show in Sword and Shield, do not show in Diamond Pearl remakes, and do not show in, of course, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. It's the same exact battle animations that we have been seeing since X and Y. And people will be like, oh, but Game Freak got to animate. But they cut the Pokemon. Okay? They have less Pokemon to animate than Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Not XD Gale of Darkness. Than Pokemon Battle Revolution. Okay? Less Pokemon. They're going to only add 400 Pokemon per the regional decks. And 600 including DLC. See, Why do we need to have low quality animations in our Pokemon games? Does this make any sense to you whatsoever? Well, if you're a normal sane person, no. But again, Game Freak, they don't care. They just want to put out games to make money. So they put out low quality games. Even though they're $1 billion company, they'll put out low quality, low effort games that, will still sell tens of millions of copies. Okay? Because the problem is you guys keep buying Pokemon games. I keep telling you, stop buying Pokemon games and you guys just don't listen. I just don't understand people. People still are buying Pokemon games. It's just so sad to see. Residence Arceus still sell 10 million copies. Okay? And you have the people who will defend. It's always certain companies. Though it's like indie games. Yeah, I think I can see why you'll defend indie games. But Pokemon? Okay? I can see why people would defend Undertale's graphics. Because it's an indie game. And, blah, blah, blah. Only one person made Undertale. But Pokemon, it's a team spending millions of dollars. Probably hundreds of millions of dollars into making this game. And the game still turns out like the way it does. The game still turns out the way it does. And people will say, but the Switch is underpowered. The Switch is a weak console. The Switch can only handle weak-looking games. Okay? Let's put in, of course, Breath of the Wild. Okay? This is Breath of the Wild, released for the Switch in 2017. This is Breath of the Wild's graphics, okay? You're telling me that Pokemon Legends Arceus lights a candle to Breath of the Wild's graphics, okay? Here. And Breath of the Wild has a unique looking art style, okay? And it looks better than Pokemon, obviously, okay? And this is the game that Poketards have been comparing, Pokemon Legends Arceus to. And if you look at both games, and even look at fan-made graphical, you look at fan-made graphical, the people who made games look, on one Wii U and I wouldn't be surprised there was. But even then, the base game for both the Wii U and Switch looks better than, Pokemon, okay? And that came out in 2017, okay? Pokemon does not win here, okay? And I've been telling people, Pokemon games look terrible. But then you have the same people who will defend Pokemon like it's their life. Like, defend Poketubers are the worst ones. They'll defend Pokemon. They'll defend these city games. And, that's the part of the problem. You can't criticize Pokemon. There are, of course, like a couple of Poketubers that will actually criticize the newer games. Well, most of the Poketubers are, but Pokemon's the bestest ever. Pokemon's the bestest franchise, okay? Okay? I'm gonna look up the new Sonic game. This is the new Sonic game. They're making a new Sonic game, okay? This is the new Sonic game that they're coming out with. It looks better than Legends Arceus, okay? It looks better than Legends Arceus. The new Sonic game, which is supposed to be, trying to make it look like Breath of the Wild, it looks better than Pokemon, okay? It looks better than fucking Pokemon. And people were like, oh, but like when people bring up here, well, you comparing a game that's supposed to look realistic to a cartoony game. Well, you look at Breath of the Wild and Sonic, okay? The developers of Sonic are at least trying to make the game look good. Are always putting effort into the games, okay? Graphically, okay? You look at The Rock, and you compare it to A Rock and Sword and Shield. A Rock and Sword and Shield has, like, no textures, okay? It is basically just bland textures. You don't really see the cracks in anything in the rocks and Sonic. This is another shot from Sonic Frontiers, the new Sonic game that's supposed to be coming out next year. It looks gorgeous. It looks way better than Sword and Shield. It looks way better than the Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl had their own different art style. It looks way better than Legends Arceus. It looks way better than Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. It looks way better than, of course, the Diamond Pearl remakes, which will still sell 10 million copies because people are dumb enough to buy the same game. And the only other franchise I can compare Pokemon to, and this will definitely piss off Poketards as well, is Call of Duty. Okay? Call of Duty, they release a new Call of Duty every year. Okay, and people cop on Call of Duty for being the same exact game every year. Okay, but at least they have several development teams, so they don't make it like Pokemon. Okay, they have several development teams pouring millions of dollars, and people still buy them every year. Okay, but Pokemon, okay, you have one, now maybe two developers, and your games still look like PS2/GameCube games. Okay, people will still defend Pokemon, will still dislike videos who criticize Pokemon, who criticize Press's Game Freak and Press's Pokemon. And no, I don't want Pokemon to look like in Potomaro's meme. I want Pokemon to grow and evolve. I want Pokemon to look like Breath of the Wild, graphically. To look like Sonic Frontiers. Both games are able to run on the Switch. Okay? Sonic Frontiers and Breath of the Wild look like series that are evolving, unlike Pokemon. Sonic Frontiers looks like they're actually putting effort into the game. Breath of the Wild, has a unique graphical style, and it looks like it's stylized. And yeah, this is the new Sonic game. And it looks way better than Pokemon. Okay? Look at the new. This is the new Sonic game looks way better than the Pokemon. They also have the Kirby game that's coming out as well, but Kirby has its unique Kirby art style that is more, colorful as well. You look at the new Kirby game as well, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Because they're making a new Kirby game, and it's supposed to be an open world game. Yeah, Kirby has its own unique art style as well. So, Kirby has, but Kirby's art style still looks better than, of course, Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's on the same system as well, and this is the first fully 3D Kirby game. And it looks better than Pokemon, which has been doing 3D since 2014. Okay, Pokemon has had 4 entries on the Switch. 8 if you include other versions. And a Kirby game looks better than Pokemon. Okay, Sonic looks better than Pokemon. And it's just so sad that Pokemon fans will still defend horrible, designed in games, because Pokemon has always been the same game since, Red and Blue. You just fight 8 gyms, beat the Elite Four, beat the evil team, and basically go into Hall of Fame. That's basically every Pokemon game. There may be a post game, there may not be a post game, but yeah, it is basically Pokemon, here. And if you want to compare Pokemon to PlayStation games and Xbox One game, you can. Okay, if we can compare it to a game like the Neptunia or something. And you know what the most perfect thing? This is a. Okay, I'm gonna look up the one I have on the computer. Yeah. I looked up graphics at the Souls. This is the Neptunia game for the PS Vita. It looks basically the same as Legends Arceus. Okay, so the creator of Doki Doki Literature Club is actually right about Pokemon. The fact that a indie JRPG looks basically the same as Pokemon can tell you the same about the Pokemon franchise at this point. Pokemon Game Freak puts out low quality games, and you dumbasses will keep buying it because you guys are clearly it's just dumbfounded. Pokemon Legends Arceus still sell 10 million copies, like Diamond Pearl Remakes, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, and Diamond Pearl Remakes. Just buy better games. Please. Okay, let's buy better games. There are better games you can buy on the Switch alone, okay, than Pokemon, okay? better games than Pokemon, okay? Pokemon will never improve unless you guys stop buying Pokemon games. But again, Pokemon fans are just like Call of Duty players, okay? Call of Duty players are still buy the same game every year, okay? Even if the Call of Duty game is about, about a, most ridiculous thing imaginable and looks like a PS2 game. Pokemon fans are basically the same as Call of Duty fans. The Ruthlessly Defender games, even if you compare it to other games, the Ruthlessly Defender games and Masters Like Bomb videos that disagree with PokeTubers and Pokemon fans, okay, it's just so sad to see the evolution of game, at least for Pokemon, because so please do not pre-order Legends Arceus. If you have, I feel sorry for you. The fact that you're pre-ordering a game that will likely be a pile of garbage anyways, well, it's just so sad. And I wouldn't be surprised if Pokemon Legends, if it's just, my question is, when are people gonna wake up for Pokemon? For Pokemon, because what Legends Arceus looks like is what the final game is gonna look like. Okay, what the game looks like now is what the final game is gonna look like. Okay, Pokemon Sword and Shield, what the game looked like at E3 was actually the final game, and people will still defend Pokemon to this day, and still defend Game Freak, and still defend the developers of Pokemon. It's like so sad. Pokemon is a dying series, and I think more people will start to wake up over this decade about Pokemon. Okay, if Pokemon continues to look the same, it will just prove my point that Game Freak only cares about money. It is a very lazy developer, and really Pokemon needs new developers that will actually put effort into the games. So that's basically about this video. Goodbye. Oh, this is the newer Neptunia game. It looks better than Sword and Shield. That's funny. The new one, Reverse, the PS5 one, and it still looks better than Pokemon.